when this is going live, November 9th, God, 2021. I never thought I'd live this long. Before you know, it's going to be Thanksgiving, and then Christmas, and then a whole new year, and then 2022. Oh my God. It's another century now. But what I want to talk about today is that, God, I mean, it seems like the COVID or the pandemic, or whatever you want to call this, disease going around, has many people that don't have to pay the bills they owe. And I see it over and over again. Individual help members that have contacted people in this, and trying to work out a deal and only have to pay a fraction of it, or people who, particularly with the government, see, the government could get rid of it all with just a pen stroke, and they don't have to count for anything else. And that's what's neat. I mean, I had a member had all these bills that he couldn't get a license, so he had thousands of dollars, and he called his elected official, and the elected official called the government, and the government said, okay, no, we'll give him a license, don't worry about the bills. God, I mean, it's like that all the time now. People don't expect to be paid. I mean, landlords are going without money, and they don't even want you to get the grant to pay them. And by the way, there's lots of money grants for rent, for mortgage, for utilities, and things like that. But it takes work. That's the problem. Everybody wants to have it easy, and so would I. But it's not. Well, here's another one. Look at the taxicab drivers, okay, in New York City, just a few days ago. Okay, they had a loan. Taxicab drivers was a big, you needed like a license from the city, and that license was up to getting $1 million to get that license, okay? And so the taxi drivers, all the business went away. It's not so much for Uber and stuff like that part of it, sure. COVID was part of it or whatever, but they got their elected officials to get the bank only have them pay not the $500,000 or $1 million or whatever the heck they owed in there, but only $175,000. Where their average was $500,000. So you had these tax $500,000 they owed for their medallions, starting business, couldn't pay it, no way, so instead of going bankrupt, they go to their elected official, right? The elected official works out a deal with the banks, because this is a Ponzi scheme to begin with, as far as I'm concerned. Medallions for $1 million. Somebody made a killing there, and it probably wasn't the banks, but the banks could take this hit, because otherwise there'll be no taxis in New York City. It's all Uber. So anyway, they got the elected officials to make a deal with the banks to now they only have to pay $175,000, and they get like $30,000. In return, the city will give the lender a cash payment of $30,000 for each driver, and also guarantee the loan. Wow. So in other words, because the banks, I guess, the average loan they had was $500,000, and I may be wrong, and I'm just reading it from an article, but it sounds like it's the New York Times, so it's not, Joe's News or anything like that. These are dollars. The elected officials got the bank to only owe them $170,000, and the government will kick in $30,000 for each loan. So I guess, and also guarantee the $170,000. So I guess they're sort of like guaranteed like $200 instead of $500,000, and they just blink their eyes and say, okay. Isn't that amazing? I mean, that's what's happening. So that's why if you owe somebody something, don't hide, because they're just going to come after you more. So you got to go open, try to make a deal. I mean, another good place to start is HUD counselors. HUD counselors are also for any kind of debt you have. They are free help to get you out of that, to get it reduced or whatever. Because what happens with most of the debt, you could probably get it reduced, okay? Particularly if it's credit card and stuff like that. They do that all the time. But you to do it or know how to do it or whatever. So you go to one of these people, which is HUD counselors. Go to hud.gov, G-O-V, and you look for counselors, and there are thousands, no, I don't know, maybe a couple thousand. But there's a dozen, 20, 30, 40 in every state. You can just go down the list until you find a nice one and say, hey, I got this problem with my debt. Can you help? That's all you have to say. Don't say you're looking for money. Don't say what you want, because you don't know what that will help you. You're saying, Joe, sure, somebody writes you a check for $30,000 and you're all clear. But there's other ways to do that. So that's why, and you don't know them. You just have to say you need help. You call all those counselors and help, okay? And that's how you start that conversation going. If there are find other places besides those, there are other nonprofits that do that too for free. Google and look. Do not go to Google and look. Do not pass go. Do not collect $100. If you're a boardwalk, am I reconnect? I must be, okay. So you go to 211.org or findhelp.org. And then listen, calling everybody a pain in the ass job, something you do, is going to be a lot better than you worrying about it for the next 5 years or 2 weeks or 2 days or whatever it is. It'll take you a few hours to call all those people. So what? What'd you do the last 2 hours? You don't have to worry. So Google, went around in Google circles and got nowhere, right? No, get out of Google, man. If you have a problem, a financial problem, you don't go to Google. Because they all they want to do is sell you money to get out of your problem, and that means you'll be in a bigger problem, because if it's a financial problem, they're going to get you deeper in debt. Load 15 tons, and what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. You know, so you don't want to do that. You want to get out a legitimate way, and the people are there to help you do that for free. That's right. And that's what you want to do. So you just call them all up. And do that. And the same with your student loan debt. Okay, you want to find out what programs are available to get rid of some of it or all of it or whatever. And that's public information. You don't have to go to Google and find all these people that are going to help with that. Anybody says they're going to help you, they're going to make money off you. And all the programs for student debt are public, they only come from the government or your state government or the federal government, and you contact them. And I see there's more and more states now that have help for people in their state that has student loan debt. So contact your state government. How do you do that? Okay, 211 is probably a good place to, or call the governor's office. When in doubt, you want something from your state, call the governor's office. That's what I used to say before we had 211 and everything. I said, just call the White House. You want to know what the hell the government is. Their switchboard operator does that all the time. So you have that, you have your elected officials. Remember, you'll never get a bill from your elected official. And they all have staff members that will help you with financial problems for free. You hear that? Every elected official has people that are paid by the government on their payroll to help you with financial problems. You hear that? Every elected official. All the rich folks know that, man. If they're in trouble or they want money, man, that's where they go, right there, and get them to help them. And sure, you can't donate $1 million. Doesn't matter. You got to vote. And by the way, it's the law to help you. They could say, hey, I don't know how, and I don't think there is. Sure. And that, you know, is a possibility to happen. And people, you know, members have that happen. So that's why you have to go down the list. You get the list of all the elected officials, and you go down that list. Listen, if an elected official was able to get a taxicab driver who owed $500,000 down to $170,000, wow. I mean, that's power. Who the hell else has that power in this country? No one but elected officials. Man, that's why. And they work for, remember, they're public servants. You hear that? They're public servants. Wow. That's why if you're not using them, and actually there's a wonderful lady who's a member. Man, she works that like a mouth organ. She knows it's a tough time. So she keeps calling, go back, and then, but when she grabs somebody and they're able to do something, man, then she sends donuts or whatever it takes. She shows up on the front door, all that thing. That's what you have to do when times are tough. You can't expect everything to be easy. They are easier when everybody's fat and happy, but they're not. I applied for the SBA loan and was denied. Okay, you apply again. Tomorrow there is, look at the video I just did late last night. There's a link to a free seminar on applying for SBA emergency money and how to reapply if you were denied. Okay, it also talks about all the new programs. I hope to watch it myself. It's tomorrow at 2 o'clock. So it gives you a whole thing. You don't have to go on the internet and find somebody who's going to charge you one way or another. If they're not charging you out of your pocket, they're going to take it out of your loan, or somebody's going to get a commit. You know, that's all. But all that is free information. This is what we live in, a society that, you know, is democracy most of the time. Sure, that's arguable, but if you don't force it and use it, then they'll get out of the habit, you know. So that's why start using these elected officials. The more you call them, the more you're going to get. And again, you just can't call one. Have you tried to apply again? Hey, look, that's somebody saying they're me, asking you, have you tried to apply again? That asshole is not me. I'm sitting here and I'm not doing anything. So anybody you see on on any of my videos, that's it. They say they're me. That's just some scam asshole. That is not me. These guys have balls, man. It's just amazing. See, they're gonna sucker you in and make it sound easy. DeMarco, I could help link you to it. See, look at. See, he's at it again. They don't even have ears. Terrible people. How do we live in a society with these people? That's why I'm against gun laws. Greetings, thanks up front. Boy, what cojones that guy. Probably it's a lady, I don't know. Hello, are you able to secure grants? See, there he is again. Isn't that remarkable? Oh my God. I don't know everything. You can't get a hold of Google to complain. You know, you can talk to the robots and complain, but that gets you nowhere. That's why we have two Lesco helps, one on Facebook and one off of Facebook, because they're just the people like that sneak in. How are you up front? Yeah, up front. Tell them to go. you know, make love to himself, or what's that expression? I can't think of it offhand. that is just remarkable. Man, isn't America great? I've reported, yeah, they still come back. I have too, but keep doing it, man. Oh, so that's why we have two Lesco helps. We have lescohelp.com and then lescohelp2.co. Not com, but co. And that's not on Facebook, but it's all the same services. And so we help you the same way. These people, I tell you, don't even know why I'm talking this person. I know. See, no matter what you do bad in life, it's bad. Look at the stuff that people get away with. That's why it should just give you encouragement. You're afraid that people are bad of you or something like that. People go on with their life. We're afraid of, I don't know. I mean, that used to stop me a lot. Oh, I wonder what other people think. People don't care. People care about themselves. Invest in donut nuffs and feed the RoboCops. But hey, and that's why if you're doing stuff, it becomes fun. You should have been a comedian. I was. Maybe you're. Oh, they're the. Thank you for establishing the community researchers. Oh, wonderful. Yeah. I want to do that more. I think that's how I want to, do that until I die. Because I want to work till I die, man. I just think it's crazy to not work in life and contribute and give, and that's what we want to do in life, is just keep giving, And if you get money to boot too. That's great. That's why, say, if we get more money than paying the people that help, then we're giving it back in grants to members. So we're up to $20,000 a month grant to members that we give out. You just write 2 or 3 sentences on what you do with $20,000. We're in the process of choosing the last one that ended October 4th. And it'll probably take, maybe 7 more days to finish that up. And then we'll make the announcement and send out money. That's it. Simple. Bim bam. Thank you, ma'am. And we're all done. And it's just, but don't worry about what other people say. If in your heart you think it's right to do, just do it, because you're stopping yourself. Nobody really cares. Nobody cares if you fail. That used to bother me, was, if I fail at this, then everybody's going to point at me as a failure. And that stopped me from doing. To do something new, you have to do a lot of things. You have to be risky. And if you're worried about what you're doing and you're always only doing something somebody else tells you to do, never do anything. Because most of those things are going to fail. And to get things, really things have to come from your heart. Oh, DeMarco, I'm sorry, Lesco, the system is messing up. I applied for it. Okay, if you have a problem with EDIL, call your elected official. There was a member that was online, and she sent me the message, got on customer service at EDIL, and they told her that her loan was now in the special group of elected officials, so they have to take care of it right away. Just admitted that they take care, because she also called her elected official. So, that is great, so that proves to me, got it from the horse's mouth, and that's customer service at SBA. So that's why if you go through the SBA, do it all their way, and it doesn't work, then you got to go to the elected official, because they have a system set up to bid. Because if they get it for you, then you're going to vote for them no matter what they ever do for the rest of their life. We didn't get lost. Great. Are you able to secure grant funds yet? That's me asking you. Deanna, don't anything with my name on the chat is not me. So don't answer. There are people going to get, they ask for thousands of dollars. I only ask for $20, and I think I'm the best person in the country that help you get a grant. So the definition here is not how much you receive right away, but how often you resist the temptation to give up people. Absolutely. And that's everything in life. Look at all the idiots that run stuff, They just stayed there long enough to figure it out. So that's what you have to do. And that's why I think it's important to find things you want to do that are very important for you. Because if you want a quick fix or something, it won't work, and you go on the next quick fix, that's it. And then go on the next one and do that, until you die. And, you don't want to do that, I don't think. Because you want to give more to the society, and you do that by figuring out what you really have to give. For $20, you help us with grants. Yes, that's all they do. LescoHelp.com. Look in the description. I got the websites there. Can I apply for both my businesses? Yes. Absolutely. And just apply. You don't know the right answer. I can give you an answer that may be right, and it could be wrong, because these things are changing every single day. So you just want to get out there, you apply and see what happens. That doesn't happen, you find something else, apply, see what happens, and keep going, man. There is no shortcut to life except touching all the bases, man, and doing it. If you think there's a shortcut in life, well, then you're believing salesmen. Medical bills, yes, they are very negotiable. Man, medical bills are very, very negotiable. There's a good book out now called Don't Pay the First Bill for medical bills, and it's just wonderful. And yes, you don't. They overcharge so much, they get embarrassed and they cut it down. Nothing. But look at that book. It's a brand new book. Don't pay. I think that's it. If you remember, I got a list. I got that, and I'm going to do a report on it soon. But medical bills, yes. Don't pay your medical bills before you get. And there's a lot of nonprofit organizations that help you get out of those medical bills and everything. Don't pay anybody. Okay, please. And so you only want .org or .gov in getting help with your medical bills. Don't fool around with anybody else, unless it's an article in a newspaper or a magazine that's a .com. That's fine, and to do that, but it's all negotiable. But that's right. Look at the Taxicab. Just negotiated a Taxicab driver doesn't have to pay $500,000 he owes, and only has to pay $170. Wow, that sounds like a hospital bill, doesn't it? Our current life is the first revolutionary grant program. I don't know who's got a revolutionary. Oh yeah, that's SBA. Tell me it's full of shit. There's no new grant program in the SBA. The only grant program that is from the SBA goes to nonprofits that help small businesses for free. Okay, you're watching this and you see my name in the chat. That's not me. That's some scam artist who's very good at this, better than me trying to figure out. I can't even figure out how to get rid of him. So that's why he's there. Or she's there. I apologize. I just so sad today. I've ever felt so defeated. I never spit. I just know they love money. Give your shit about me. I don't know who that is, but yes, I mean any scam artist. Of course they don't. I tried to apply EDI on the application. Asked for gross net income from previous years, and the problem is my nonprofit. Well, they okay. Get help if that is a problem. I mean, these things are supposed to be for nonprofit and everything like that. I'm not sure everything is different all the time. There's a lot of free help if you go to sba.gov, and put in local assistance. There'll be a map there, and you find all the people locally that get grants to help you for free. I don't know if anybody who is on chat can. Look at blush brown. Don't believe that guy who says he's me. He's not. He's a scam artist. I mean, these people, like I say, get up to $3,000 from people I've seen. Usually it's about $300 to $500, and I only charge it $20. And I think I'm the best person in the world. I've been studying this stuff for 30 or 40, 50 years almost. And so please don't respond to anybody out there. Anybody who says, call this guy, call this, hashtag whatever. No, I don't. I have to even really watch my entry because I can't even type. I'm not sure what that was. Are just evil. They're just evil. They just are people down. All I know is that they just are people down. Yes, they're people. Life's full of assholes. You're not going to ever get rid of them all. And just don't be stupid or don't. See, you could tell they're an asshole if you're in trouble, okay? They love money. Other people only love money, and they have no love for another human being. That's right. And so if you in financial trouble, that's when you're vulnerable. And that's why they're around people like me or whatever, because I try to help people in financial trouble for $20 or for free. And they do it for hundreds and thousands. Is there anything else besides SBA? Of course. And every state has about a dozen offices for the whole state that all they do is get money to help people start a business or expand a business. Any business, they're there to help you do that for free, okay? And that's all they do. So that's it. That's why in our reports that all members get for free, but if you're not a member, you can go to Lesco Reports and get the reports of all those people, those offices in your state for $5.95. We sell them so you don't have to charge $20 or be on a subscription. You like my new glasses? Yeah, I just got them. Yeah, it's sort of like that. But they have. I worry that you can't see my eyes because I think if you can't see somebody's eyes, you can't tell he's lying. But I think these look so cool. They just happen in when the sun's out. So inside when I do videos, you can't see them. I mean, you can't see my eyes. I'll be signing up Thursday. I get PD. Thank you for your help, and I will pass on saying help others. Yes, and that's what, when you join, that's what I'm really after. As I'm paying a member, where can I get my report as a member? Just go on any of the memberships, tell them what you want, we give you all the reports you want. They're all, and we have like a dozen for every state. We're working on a new one for people with disabilities and seniors, and that's available soon. But we have a general one for that, so if you still need that, that's okay. We have a general one, that will get you going if you're in those two categories. But then we have them for healthcare, we have them for legal, we have them for children. Yeah, that's right. If you're raising children, we have them for college, we have them for housing, for business, and debt. And what else? There are probably others. I just just being an old fart brain. That's right. I talked to another old guy walking down here today, and he said he just got hearing aids, but he hears too loud. I said, I want a brain aid. I want something to help me hear my thoughts louder. I forget stuff. I can hear okay. I just keep forgetting stuff. That's what I need, a brain aid, not a hearing aid. But it's fun. I mean, and I think, at least I'm biased, and we all have to get through this life our own way, and whatever's in your heart is the best way for you to do it, but it's a trial and error method, and so you have to figure that out. What I try to do is give people opportunities and sources of help to keep figuring that out, so you could keep doing something that feeds you, and you're not a burden to society, and also contributes to society. I think that's the bottom line. Everybody, like these billionaires, I mean, they just want to have more toys. I don't know. Oh, fuck, what do we do, money? Let's go to the moon or something. There's an old song, a jazz song from the 70s by Gil Scott-Heron, I think his name is. And when we went to the moon, and he had a great thing, he's real low income. He said, yeah, my kid got bit by a rat and is dying, but Whitey's going to the moon. All these things going like that, but Whitey's going to the moon. Oh God, that is so right. And now it's even getting worse, but it looks like we maybe start working on that. That because everybody made, I mean, the video I did yesterday showed that savings, we did like a $2.5 trillion in savings. Hey, DeMarco, don't go to that email address. Don't go to that email address. That's not me. Some guy's going to get money from you. Don't do that, DeMarco. Don't go to anybody watching this now. If somebody tells you go to any email or anything, don't do that. And it even looked like mine. Mine is Lesco Free Radio, and they have like free Lesco Radio, or I don't know. No, don't do that. You'll be sorry. I'm not responsible for that asshole, I'll tell you. Yeah, I don't know. And YouTube doesn't want to claim responsibility, and they just get smart. It's like an arms race, That's why we're going private, and to keep this kind of stuff out. And that's why we have the Lesco Help too, because the same thing happens on Facebook. And this is just overpopulated when you have so much gold in their hills. The bad guys are going to figure out how to get it out of you, and you're vulnerable, and that's why they go to people in vulnerable situations. So whether you're elderly or low income. Oh, by the way, the income inequality. The average savings have gone up since the pandemic by $2.5 trillion. That's just more than the stimulus package. So the average savings, and bank accounts went up 40%. Now, people I know, they're all losing money. So, I mean, to me, it looks like half the country made money in the pandemic, a lot of it, and the other half of the country lost a lot of money, lost a lot of work, and caused a lot of heartache. And to me, is the only thing that I think we should be working on. And that's why we give grants out now, because if we make money, we're going to get it to people who need it. And we're not going to give it a nonprofit, we're going to give it right to the members who helped us get it. And so that's why we give $20,000 a month now, every month. So the next And the next deadline is December 4th. So we'll have it every 4th as long as we have extra money to give. When we don't, sorry, we have to eat first. Take care of yourself first, and then you can help others, okay? That's the rule. You don't help others if you can help yourself first, because then you're good to nobody, you know? You get strong, help yourself first, and then you can help others. That's, you know, that's the way it should be, I think. Because then you have the energy to do that. Then you have an open heart to do that. If you're too worried about your own problems, it's hard to have an open heart. This is why my later years now, I'm just, just think with your heart a heck of a lot more. Because that's the important muscle in your body. Your other muscles are going to atrophy or get less. Your heart, you could get bigger. You could get better. You could keep growing your heart forever. That's the one muscle, you know, you could keep growing for the rest of your life. And that's what I help to do, you know, and actually with this business or whatever you call it. And I'm just so grateful that I have this opportunity, that you guys gave me this opportunity to do this. And that it's a value to somebody. I mean, that there's nothing better in life to think that something you have is valuable to somebody. Yeah, that's why we want to be loved and give love. Yeah, that's, as humans, is our best talent, isn't it? Is there a grant or program to be the family caregiver? Yes, there is. You know, there's caregiver money. It varies by state. It's usually through Medicaid, Medicare, and all that kind of stuff. But a good place to find out who knows about it is your elder care locator. Even though you're not a senior, they'll know about it and know how to use it in your state. So go look for the hotline. If you Google elder care locator, and it'll be a .org, and then call them. There'll be a local office, and ask them about, you know, care for elder care. Or just person care, caretaker. Yeah, right. Yeah, they're caretaker grants. We have, and they're going to be more, I think, in the Biden package that they're working on now. I applied for rent assistance in April. Still, okay. Well, start banging on these people. Go to your elected official. I know a lot of people are that. They're just so confused. But you gotta squeak that wheel to make sure, and that you're covering all the bases. Because you have to do something to make sure about immediate rental assistance or housing assistance. Yeah, well, you got to find out and take your chances. That doesn't work, then you try another one, and you know, find every office in 211 or in findhelp.org, 211.org, findhelp.org. Call every office under rental assistance and start figuring this out. I always treat like a criminal trying to get, look, there's a guy treating me like he's ripping me off just right in front of me. A lot of shit's going to happen that's bad in life. What government do I ask? Medical insurance payment assistance. Well, that's still all the same. You know, if you got rental assistance, there's a lot of ways to do that. If you got rental assistance, then you use that money to pay your medical assistance. So there's always, you go to first of all, you go right to the people who you owe the money to first and see what they can offer you. Okay, then you go from there. Then what I would do is go to your financial counselor at HUD, because they're free and they've seen this kind of stuff before, and they are a good place to start knowing it. And then if that doesn't work, then you go to your elected official. And there's so many factors that there's no one place to do this. But there is a lot of help for various things. And that's why you have to find out what's out there, what's available, how to use it for you, okay? And there's nonprofit organizations that help, particularly with co-pays and stuff like that. If you remember, we have a big report on all this. We could send you, for anything to do, paying your health care bills or getting health care for free or low cost and all that. Even dental care too. And that's it. I think hearing is now going to be covered in the new Biden thing. I lived in the ghetto. It was terrible. Yes. I need help to start my business. Well, like I say, there's 12 offices in every state that just do that, and they're free, and they're the best place to start. The video, look at the video I did. I will try 211. Yeah, just don't call. You can't call 211 and ask them. They're not going to know a lot. What you have to do is find all the people listed in the database under that. Caregivers still can get paid. Yes, they train you for free and they get you work. Yeah. You find all the people listed under your category, whether it's caregiver or whatever, and you call them and ask. And then if they don't have help directly, then you ask them where else to get help. And you keep going. Even if they say, I don't know and I can't help, click, bang, you call the next one. You keep going till you're running out of names. That's where you're going to really know your options. Other than that, you're you're spitting in the wind. I call it pissing in the wind. You don't want that to come back to you. Okay, guys. Well, that was awfully nice of you, and remember, that's not me asking you. I'll never ask you for your email or anything like that unless you go to my website and fill it in. Okay. Thank you again. You're very nice to me. I appreciate it very much. God, I think I'm happier than I've ever been in my life. Business is better and more satisfying now than ever. And I'm almost 80. Shit. I never thought I'd make that. My grandparents, like 60 was a long shot. Talk to you soon.